guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Talk about something that I really did not know how to express it. In this video, we're gonna talk about the specifically Technic EMX Jakcshaft. So I wanna give you some background story to it. So X Surron's Jakcshaft typically give out and start making these clicking noises as you saw in the last video. My good friend, David the mechanic, follow him for all your New York City repairs. He essentially told me that it was a Jakkshaft and needed to be replaced. So I went and I bought myself a stock Jakkshaft, Watt wheels, presented, you know, this higher quality, better Jakkshaft, let's just say all around. It's a 3-piece Jakkshaft by Technic EMX. Long story short, I installed it in my bike and it started working beautifully. It was more heavier, the clicking noises went away. But like about a week or two, I noticed that there was some kind of like noise that was kind of troubling to me. So apparently this is a version 3, which is why I made this video, is to essentially put the point about having a version 3. After I greased it, I started noticing, you know, after tightening my chain, not too loose or not too tight, I started noticing that the bolts on this Jakkshaft, as you can see right here, started to get a little bit loose. So that was kind of concerning. And this was around the time where the megaride was actually coming up. Like this was like maybe about 2 or 3 days before the actual the New York City megaride that me and my good friend Booby BK were hosting. So I'm a little bit concerned. I messaged Ernest, which is the guy from Technic EBMX, so we're gonna call it by Ernest. And he told me that there's a version 4, that it comes with more bolts to ensure that it doesn't move, because, well, essentially what's happening is that this is a 3-piece Jakkshaft. I have the version 3 right here. So this is a 3-piece Jakkshaft. So all these bolts that were loosening up was due to the vibration and just the nature of just the wear of the Jakkshaft. And me being a stunt boy trying to pick up the bike, we put a lot of pressure on that Jakkshaft. So I wanted to make sure it didn't break on me or it didn't anything. So I started noticing that the 3 pieces were loosening up a bit, and my friend Mike Rosie from Watt Wheels had told me that it's a performance part, it needs to be maintained. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I started tightening up the bolts, and every few rides, which to me, in my own personal opinion, I found very strange, simply because the regular Jakkshaft, even though it's not much of a higher quality, you didn't need to do that. So, you know, from a stunt rider, just a person trying to ride, it kind of was a little bit inconvenient, but whatever. And before anything, let me just tell you what I love about the Jakkshaft. So when I first of all, the color is amazing. It's a nice red, it goes with the bike, kinda-ish, and it has a grease port, and it has better bearings in the inside. So overall, you're getting a good quality product. Now, here's the thing. So after I messaged Ernest, he eagerly sent me the version 4. And in my own opinion, I felt like this product that I was also recommending to other people, I felt like personally was not at its complete stage. So that's kind of like the issue that I'm having right now. So, you know, personally for me, I wouldn't want to put out a product that needs a version 3, immediately a version 4 or a version 5. I would perfect it. God forbid if it would have just crapped out on me, who knows what would have happened, you know? And I went through the megaride having that loose Jakkshaft, but it survived. It's a very high quality piece. I'm just saying that there's a possible point of failure that I would never want to bring down to the customers. So I told Ernest about it, and he sent me the version 4. It apparently has more bolts. When I received the version 4, I noticed that previously there was not enough sealant inside the bolt. So that was probably breaking due to the vibration. So you need a higher quality, like a Loctite. Now he recommended for me to put Loctite on all the, like take off all the bolts and Loctite them, and then put them together and let it cure, grease it up, and you're good to go. Personally, as a consumer, I would feel like that's kind of something that should have came with already. Anyways, the version 4 came in, and me and David the mechanic were, we assumed, right, since version 3 was lacking of that version 4 would have that improvement. So little did I come to find out is that sealant was still, it could have been a manufacturer issue. Maybe the person, Ernest, was just trying to push out products. I have no idea. I don't understand that part. I'm just coming from a part of just the consumer. So little that me and David the mechanic are switching out So we started unloosening, and what really disappointed me was that the version 4 had more bolts in it, which is fine. But what disappointed me was the fact that I took the Allen key and I was able to kind of break the sealant. I wish I would have recorded, but I was able to break the sealant with little to no force of turning. So imagine spinning at such crazy speeds and bumps. It obviously would have happened again. So the version 4 did not come with proper sealant. So I found that very disappointing, and you know, I took the extra steps. I opened up all the bolts. I put red Loctite on it just to make sure it would never move. But overall, guys, it's a really great product. I just wanted to throw that out there because I did recommend in my previous video version 3 Jakkszafts, which could possibly have this issue. So it's not everybody that's having this issue. So, you know, I feel like it was up to me to tell the people that were generously, and I'm very grateful that you guys bought it off the Watt and Wheels website. I think some of you guys, there's no issue, which is fine. I had the smaller batch that did have the issue, and there might be some around there. I just found that very strange that that issue wasn't addressed. And personally for me, like if I'm gonna put out a product, I wanna make sure it's right. I don't wanna keep testing it with people. But if you bought it from me, I want you to listen up. All right, so as mentioned, if you guys bought the Jakkshaft through Watt Wheels, because you saw my name or you saw an informative video that I made previously, I want you guys to do one thing. If and only if you have a problem with your version 3 Jakkshaft that you purchased from Watt Wheels, when you saw my video, I'll link down here below Technic EBX, Ernest's Instagram. He will help you out if your Jakkshaft is not performing how it should. It's making weird noise, if you're kind of concerned, or any general questions that you might have about it. If it's bothering you, I would definitely reach out. I'll leave a link below. Now, what are you gonna get at the version 4? So what I've noticed and what was told, there's a few key differences. So there's 2 bolts in here. There's one on here, and there's one on the other side. So for the version 4, what's gonna happen is that for there to be a less point of failure, there's gonna be 3 of them. There's gonna be 1, 2, and then 3. So this will keep the 3 pieces from moving. This is the one I'm gonna send back for him to evaluate. But like I said, like I mentioned before, I think it's best practice, you know, as a consumer, for a fully finished product to be reaching in my hands into the bike. Because as a consumer, I do want to just throw it on the bike and then never think about it. Sure, we can grease it up, but having to constantly tighten it just felt like a nuisance. I don't want to just recommend products. I thought this product was like at its fully final stages. I thought that this product was like, okay, here it is, like years of like development, but it didn't seem that way. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's not a bad product. It didn't fail on me. Now, this brand is not a bad brand. They had a lot of products that are amazing. I have a bash guard from them, and I love it so much. You know, a new company starting up, and I understand, but like I said, definitely would, from the customer side, there will be a lot more peace of mind knowing that this product has been tested for very long, and that we don't feel like we're just, oh, it broke, here's another one, like, cause you know, that kind of takes away from our time. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to make a quick informative video about it. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. I just felt like I didn't really know how to say it, but I just kind of took a chance and my very unbiased opinion. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Consider liking and subscribing. Hit the thumbs up. Hit that bell notification. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out.